Hey, we're trying something new. A podcast called Thanks for Being a Part of the Conversation. A part of the conversation that you don't get to fall witness to is my love for this forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. In the 1990s, I was The Poet in the Forest. It was a children's series that I pinned out. None of it would be possible if it wasn't for this forest where I presently stand right here in Charlotte. I talk about it and write about it so much that I thought it was time that you get to be a part of what has been inspiring me since 1992. Hey, thanks for being a part of the conversation. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. There I was, daily writing. I was overlooking the forest. It didn't look as beautiful as it did when we got married in it on July 11th, 1993. There was something really wrong with the forest. What I felt deep inside my heart was that I believed that because we lived so close to the city, acid rain had taken over our forest. But you never hear about acid rain anymore. Suddenly, it just disappears. And it's like, wait a second, my forest is not well. I don't want it to disappear. I don't want it to become bare land. What am I going to do as a human being? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find out what I can do. And the word replenish kept hitting my heart, getting inside. And it was saying, replenish the forest, replenish the forest. It's in the daily writing. The trees arrived, 1,700 seedlings. And one of those seedlings is this elm tree that I'm standing next to right now. It was 4 inches in length when it met the ground for the very first time. Today, it's 30 feet tall. It's at the top of the 95-foot hill. It overlooks everything down below, and from where I'm presently standing, I can see the long, tall grasses. I can't see the stream, but you can see an area where the stream would be. But if I were just a regular person, it would just be just a flow of green leading through a group of trees. But from where it stands, this elm, it has been so strong at 30 feet tall. It's learned how to be that one that protects the house from the strong winds or the mighty winters that have come through here. And we've had some wintertime. What makes this tree so special is that when you turn and you look outward away from the forest, it can be seen by anybody who travels beside. It's almost like the ambassador. It's like, hey, welcome to the forest. This is where the poet in the forest lives. Sure, there's some statues around, and there are different things and different stones that I've put down because I've always had problems with erosion. This lay of land drops 95 feet from the street all the way to the stream, which is meeting up with the lake. But as the ambassador, as I turn and face the street where this elm tree currently stands, what does it say to the mailman that comes by with so many packages? Or here's Jazzy's leash. It's wrapped around the elm tree. That elm tree's got a lot of responsibility. When Jazzy hits the end of that chasing something, that tree has got to be strong in the rooting system. I believe that Jazzy is so strong that maybe one day, she'll pull this elm from the ground. When it comes time to pruning, man, that just breaks my heart. I was with this child when it was 4 inches long going into the ground. When I prune it, I hurt. I would never walk up to another human being and cut off their fingers because they look too long, but I'm doing it to a tree. But it's so healthy today because of the pruning. From this place that I stand next to the elm, which is on this hill that has a 95-foot drop making its way to a creek that meets the lake, there's my apple tree. That apple tree was planted before the elm went into the ground. That apple tree looks very, very old, and we'll talk about that apple tree in many more conversations ahead. Today it's about the elm. It's about being the ambassador, while at the same time being on top of the hill like it is. It's overlooking the forest like it's, the leader, the one that everybody's following. We want to be like the elm. I just want to thank it for being a part of the conversation.